Hey, so this is my first time doing a movie review, and it's going to be containing some triggering elements, so I'll just leave this for you to read. Yeah, enjoy. Um, so, y'all know my favorite actress is Jenna Ortega, and she played in a very controversial movie that is deserved to be controversial. Miller's Girl. Oh fucking boy. Actually, I used to love Jenna Ortega. I don't know why I loved her. I don't know. But now that I keep watching all of her movies, I'm sad to say all of her movies are shit. Like, oh my god, can this person play have any good movies to play in? Like, okay, The Fallout was alright, X was fantastic, and that's it. Those are the only movies that I did not hate. Like, okay, most of her movies were either shit or just boring and I didn't care and unforgettable. Like, oh god, finest kind. Oh man, I'm gonna talk about that first as well. Like not that much because I'm talking about another movie, but like I'm just gonna do a short commentary on it. It's shit. Thank you, and it was misogynistic, and I did not like it at all. And it was not what I was expecting. And I was expecting this to be bad because let's be honest here. I have never seen a Jenna Ortega movie that had made me shocked on how good it was and had me straight up think about it all the time. And yeah, I do. And even though it's bad, I do think about it all the time. And do I like it? No. It's just Jenna. I only think about it because it's Jenna. But like I was expecting this movie to be like a normal casual movie about like I don't know boat I don't know like to like it's I was expecting this to be boring like everyone was saying that, but then I watched the movie and it wasn't boring as everyone said it, but it was misogynistic and stupid as hell. Oh, Sunny, you and your dramatic reactions. No, I'm not over exaggerating. It is actually fucking misogynistic, and I coded it as misogynistic because it is misogynistic. Like, the way how they treated the woman the movie, absolutely radical, absolutely hideous. I hated it. Anyways, enough talking about that. Let's talk about Miller's Girl, aka the worst movie to ever exist and deserves to be called as controversial. And I will never watch it ever again. Also, guys, my mom gave me bread, so I'm just gonna eat. Sorry if I eat noodles, but let's go. Okay, back to the review. The plot. So we have three characters that are known in this movie. Oh, and two more, which is Mr. Miller, Cairo Sweet, and Winnie. And Mr. Miller's wife, and the black PE teacher that I forgot the name of. Yeah. So the movie starts off with Cairo as the main character of the movie complaining about how she has family issues. Oh boy, what a great start. And so Cairo goes to the school which Mr. Miller is teaching and in because Winnie offered Howard Cairo to join his class and yeah, Winnie recommended Cairo and Winnie is Cairo's best friend. And yeah. So Cairo can date Mr. Miller because apparently the teacher's hot. Um, and to be honest, he's not even hot. Obviously! Anyways, and then Cairo leaves the book she left on the desk, which she brought to school, and Mr. Miller sees it and grabs it and he likes it. And Cairo is also a very talented writer, and so is Mr. Miller. So Mr. Miller sees this and he loves it, and he takes it to home. Talks with his wife, and his wife also likes Cairo for some reason, and yeah, and then Mr. Miller's wife puts on some music, and then they dance and drink some wine and stuff. So yeah, they have a pretty good time until goddamn Amy calls in, and yeah, um, it's goddamn Amy, the call's name. Yeah, and goddamn Amy is Mr. Miller's wife's friend. So yeah, that's it. All right, and so Woody and Cairo talks about how making love doesn't hurt. It's normal, and yeah, they talk about pretty weird stuff in the bathroom. Also, when Cairo sees Mr. Miller smoking too, she starts smoking too because Cairo starts to like Mr. Miller, and yeah. Also, Winnie also tries to seduce the PE teacher because why the fuck not? I don't know, guys. Winnie is just a stupid dumbass. So yeah, after they talk about shit in the dorm, then wait, guys, I don't know, I don't remember much of this movie. I just watched it today, and I don't know why I already forgot it. Um, Anyways, I'm just gonna skip some scenes since I don't remember much, even though I already watched it. Mr. Miller and Cairo starts to get attracted to each other, and because of Cairo's really good at writing, Mr. Miller starts to like Cairo and invites Cairo into like poetry reading and some stuff. And yeah. And so Mr. Miller's weird ass wife doesn't speak out about how Mr. Miller is seducing Cairo and Cairo is seducing Mr. Miller, and she just leaves with it. She keeps like encouraging him some stuff. She's like, "Ooh, you like ooh that girl? Ooh," like it's just getting weird. But then things get into a climax on when um Mr. Miller gives out homework on how to write an essay, but on how your favorite author writes it, like it's written by your favorite author. And because Mr. Miller is an is a writer, Cairo decides to choose Mr. Miller as her favorite writer. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention one another thing too. Mr. Miller and Cairo's suite get all flirtatious, and so Cairo invited Mr. Miller over to her house, and they have like a blast and they start to kiss, and Cairo thought that, wow, how can a cliche be a really good? I don't know, I forgot what she said, but yeah, she said that she liked the kiss, and so Cairo likes him back, and then Cairo writes a story, which is the homework that Mr. Miller gave, and writes it based on the situation that she went through with different characters. Yeah, that's weird and disgusting, and I'm sorry for mentioning that. And if you hate it, please click away. And so after Mr. Miller reads all of this, he becomes shocked and was going to fail Cairo because on how inappropriate this writing was, and Cairo didn't want that. She's she started to rage. She started to get mad at him, and she went through a heartbreak, and so she cries, and when he comforts her, and Mr. Miller is upset, and so now here comes the spicy part. So then after all that climatic shit, um Cairo decides to make Mr. Miller jealous by making out. And so Cairo and Winnie start to make out and post this on the internet. And then after make out, Cairo pushes his Winnie away, and then she posts it. And guys, let me tell you, this kiss scene was fucking intense, and I do not want to even fucking talk about it. It was like, you know what? Let's talk about the next scene. Luckily, the vice principal finds out, and Mr. Miller and Cairo have an interview, and so it skips to Cairo's interview and then Mr. Miller's interview, and Mr. Miller just villainizes Cairo in this situation because she started all the studio thing, and actually. It was fucking Winnie's fault. I'll talk about that later. Things start to get more intense when Mr. Miller and his wife start arguing on how if he fudged Cairo. I don't didn't literally his wife started to encourage it, and now she's being all like, did you fuck her? Did you kiss her? And all that? Like, I'm sorry, you started all this, but I mean, what she's talking about is not wrong. But she just needs to be less hypocritical about it. And then it cuts to Winnie and Cairo fighting again, and Winnie crying and asking if what the fuck is wrong with her, why is she acting like this and all that. As if she didn't start the whole teacher seducing program thing. Like, I'm sorry, but why is Winnie victimizing herself? Like, she started all this and now she's just begging it to stop. What? And then, obviously, Cairo doesn't agree to this. She doesn't want to be helped. She's like, blah, 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 yada, yada. And so, and then, Cairo pulls up a essay that she wrote, and she sits on the bed and reads it dramatically, and then it cuts to Cairo walking into the school, and Mr. Miller sitting on in the stairs, sadly, because he got suspended from his job. That's the only punishment, and I'll talk about that later in my rant. And so, yeah, Cairo cries, and they look at each other, and yeah. When I tell you, this movie made me want to rip off my fucking scalp on how fucking uncomfortable it made me. What the hell? Those were my last thoughts of the movie. It was strange, and it was also, again, pretty agreed that it was known as a controversial movie. Because why? Because the movie literally what I read on a article that I saw about the movie, it actually portrayed Cairo as the villain. And you know what? Yeah, she seduced the teacher too. But I think, dude, literally Winnie started all this. Why is Cairo being known as the villain? And no, also Mr. Miller should be known as the villain. Like what? Why the fuck are you getting fuck it? Also, this movie handled the whole teacher plus student situation pretty poorly. It wasn't treated seriously, and yeah, the vice principal found it out, and Mr. Miller got suspended from his job, but he did not got like called by the cops or like not even getting fired. All it was just he just got into an interview and then he got suspended from his job, yada yada. And they'll said that he'll be fired. So yeah, but like what? Like grooming is a pretty serious situation. Why the fuck are no cops called? Like, why is he just fired immediately? Oh, but at least he didn't kill us. Let's not compare, shall we? Oh my god, that that man should be arrested. And like this, oh god. Also, the fighting scene wasn't treated that seriously. It wasn't like that serious because it was all like, oh, you're a liar, you fucked her. Blah. What? I mean, like, shouldn't you be complaining about your husband seducing a teenager? It's not just about like, okay, yeah, but like, still, I don't know how to talk. Like, oh god, like, I have no words. This movie was also directed by a woman. Yeah, it was written by a woman. J. Haley Barrett. If that's not embarrassing, I don't know what it is. Like that. Also, it's also clearly been a little romanticized because of the fucking soundtrack. The soundtrack was all like playful and romantic with Kairos and Mr. Miller's relationship, and that is just not a well executed awareness on how this relationship is. I think it clearly would have been better if it was realized a little earlier rather than late, like the end of the movie and something or something like. Okay, maybe that kind of makes sense, but like, no, it doesn't make sense. How the fuck did no one glared an eye on the relationship? How did no one call the cops? I don't understand. I don't. I don't know how. Like, I think it would have been better if Cairo didn't get onto that seducing shit, and the situation was handled more properly. And at the end, he will like go to the cops, and both of them will live their life. Oh, but the movie wouldn't. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, but that's the point of the movie. I don't care. Stop it! I don't fucking care. So there's like, like, I don't care. No matter if it's not romanticizing it, it's still wrong, and it should have been treated a lot better rather than just this. I'm just saying, like, and it was actually clear that it was kind of romanticized because of the soundtrack and the dialogue. Like, oh my god, like, oh god, the script. This script is like was like such a libido killer. Like, it was bad. It was bad, and I think Jenna Ortega deserves better rather than this hot garbage. And I think again, this movie situation needs to be treated better because what the fuck is this? Like, this is not enough. Like, just to talk and then like an interview and then just getting suspended is not enough. That man should be arrested and never contact with any like 18-year-olds again. Like, what the fuck was that? I think this movie was a mess, and I think it was shit. And I think again, Jenna Ortega deserves better. And I hope her upcoming she's also going to be playing a Beetlejuice movie, and Winona Ryder is in it. So I hope that this movie won't be bad, and I hope it won't be shit. And yeah, also Jenna Ortega's acting in the movie was kind of ass. I couldn't take it seriously on that one scene where uh, she was confronting on how um Mr. Miller didn't accept her work. So yeah, and her eyes were like big while yeah. I do not recommend watching this movie if you're pretty sensitive to stuff. But if you do, watch it. If you don't find it sensitive, then I still don't recommend to you because it's hot garbage, and I think kind of romanticize it. It really pretty much romanticize it from the dialogue and the soundtrack. So this may be not your cup of tea. Thank you. And did I enjoy it? No. I wanted to rip my ears off. I wanted to rip my eyes because this movie was shit. Thank you for listening to my thoughts and rants, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, my love unicorns. Bye. Mwah! Oh wait, I forgot to mention while I was editing this. This movie's genre was labeled as a comedy drama. What? And yeah, as you can see, the movie was portrayed the student and really pretty unrealistic and unserious and unserious. Like it was portrayed bad and yeah, it sucked. And the fact that it was labeled as a comedy is just disgusting. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Bye.